Hello, hello! Welcome, welcome. Cassie is on her way. She's running a couple of minutes late. Now we'll let some people pop up in here. How is everybody? Happy August. It is August. We're going to discuss our July reads. I got my chat open to make sure Cassie has the link and everything. I'm gonna give her a minute before we pop in. Hopefully you guys have had a good summer. It's been hot and humid here. I love the sunshine. You made it! Yay! Yeah, so we swapped our time up to an hour later, which I know is a little bit unusual, but Cassie has a new job, so her schedule got shifted around a little bit. So we're gonna try this hour and see if that helps her get things sorted out. She said she was wrapping up a meeting, so she should be here shortly. She also said, and I don't know how many because she hasn't told me, but she said that she read more books this month than she did in the month that she read 30 books. So, girl read a ton of books this month. I don't know how many. So I'm looking forward to her letting us know that. I also have a new friend. I got a new friend. Say hello. She's like, why are you picking me up? I was happy in your lap. I got a new friend to share and say hello. I don't want to start without her. Oh, there she is. She made it.
I made it. So sorry.
You're good. We started a couple minutes ago and I told him you were running late from a meeting.
Yes.
Also, I told him that I had a new friend.
You have another friend. Hey, but I'm still the best friend.
Isn't she cute? You are. You don't run around and destroy my things.
I told you she was going to.
She's so little. I've talked about getting a cat. I haven't had a pet in 15 years. I've talked about getting a cat for years. But every time I've talked about getting a cat, I've envisioned getting a full-grown adult cat.
Yeah.
She's 3 months old. She has way more energy than a full-grown adult cat.
Yeah, well, because she's a baby.
I know, I was texting Belle earlier, I was like, I feel like I suddenly took charge of a toddler. That's kind of what happened.
Yeah. That's how I feel even now with my dog, and he's not a baby. He's 12 years old. He still acts like a baby. I mean, he doesn't destroy my stuff most of the time, except for my bed. He pulls all the sheets and bedding off. And occasionally has ripped holes in the sheets and the blankets.
Uh-oh.
But apart from that, he's not destructive, but he's just all over. Or, I'll be folding clothes and he'll jump on the bed and there goes all the folded clothes. You know, things like that where I'm like, come on, man. Don't do that.
She hasn't really been destructive in the sense of, tearing things apart. Okay. So much as just everything's new. Mm-hmm. She's only been here for 4 days, 5 days, and she's like, what is this? Can I get into this? What is that? It's just everything is new and shiny, and she doesn't know where she can and can't go yet and all the things. Yeah. So I started chewing on my shoelaces the other day, and I was like, oh, no. Dog. Oh, man. I did take her outside today. We walked down to the mailbox. I didn't think about how hot it was. She was panting by the time we got back, but she didn't want to come in because she's outside.
Yeah.
She was going everywhere. I was like, oh, I've lost my cat. But every time she'd look up and she'd find me and then she'd run to me. So I think I've got her trained. She knows that I am the one to come to. But she was definitely excited to be outside. And we saw these couple of baby deer that were the smallest deer I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of deer in my life. These things look like newborns. They were tiny. And her little tail was wagging like she was going to pounce on them or something. I was like, girl, they were 1,000 times bigger than you. What are you thinking?
It's that cat instinct. She thinks she's a lion.
It took her a couple of days, I think, to adjust to being here. And now she's she's in playful mode now.
Yeah.
Which is fun. So, anyways. I told them that you told me that you read like more than the month that you read 30 books in, but you didn't tell me how many yet. So I was like, I'm looking forward to finding out how many books Cassie read this month.
I don't think you want to know, friend.
I mean, your goal for the year is like 100 something. So I think you've blown that out of the water at this point.
Oh, I have. I've read over 130 books at this point.
Okay, I was going to say, you've got to be close to 150 at this point.
Yeah, I had to add an extra shelf on my spreadsheet again. So... yeah. So this month, you want to guess how many books I read?
62.
No.
Are we including children's books?
I included a couple of them, but I didn't include. I realized last night I didn't include all of them, and I can't remember what they were, so I'm just not. But, I only included 2 that I read with students.
Okay.
The rest were all me.
Okay.
/ audiobooks, because that's how I roll.
Right.
But I read 40 books.
Oh, 48 was my next guess.
40. 40.
All right, girlfriend. Well, I guess we better get to it since you got to go through 40.
Yeah, so I read Sophie Mouse because one of my students really likes this series, and so
I've heard things about Sophie Mouse.
Yeah, it was pretty cute. It's pretty cute. It's not the first one because the library didn't have it, and so I was like, well, we got number 9 because that was the best we could do.
I just saw Pepper in the background, and my brain swapped, and I was like, is that my cat? I thought it was my background, and I was like, wait, that's behind her, not me.
Nope, that's my dog. He ran off. He was sleeping at my feet, and now he's gone. So, but yeah, so I read Sophie Mouse, and then I finally finished this book. This is what stalled me out on the challenge.
Last month, yeah.
Because it was a physical copy. Is this backwards to y'all? Because it's backwards to me in the thing. Okay, cool. So it's Vanessa.
Because, like, for context, Cassie looked everywhere for this book.
Yes.
Everywhere. And we found it at, like, an H-E-B or something. Where was that? No, it was a half-price book.
Half-price books.
It's the letters. I'm just like...
We did not find it at a grocery store, for those of you who know H-E-B grocery stores.
My brain...
Half-price books. I really want the Gaston one, though. So if anyone knows how to get your hands on a Gaston one, that's the one I really want. Because I love Beauty and the Beast. This one was really good, though. So, like, still really, really good. Highly, highly recommend. So I read that. And then I read an Edgar Allan Poe compilation. It's of short stories of his.
I knew you talked. Yeah, see, okay. I'm sorry. I mixed up the letters in my brain. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, Lizzie, you're with me. I was like, I don't even think we went to H-E-B while you were here.
I know, that's why as soon as I said it, I was like, that's not right.
Like, we didn't even go to a grocery store. Like, what are you talking about?
That's not true, we did. Because we went to refill your water.
Oh, that is true, but it was not H-E-B.
It was not H-E-B, though. Anyway, what were you saying? You said something.
I don't know. I read Edgar Allan Poe.
The Vanessa one turned out it was good. You did enjoy it.
Yes, I read Edgar Allan Poe compilation short stories. Yes, and then I read this book called The Silent Heist by Janessa Fayeth. It's a romance novel, and it was really good. So, yeah. And then I read The Bernstein Bears because it's cute.
That's classic.
This one I read just because I wanted to.
I love when you get to do that for just because it's for you, for fun, and
yeah. And I brought it home from the library to use with a kid, but I was like, I want to read it. It's fun. So I read it because none of the kids really want it. So whatever. They're terrible.
Says that she read a poetry compilation last year for a bingo square.
Ooh, okay.
I don't have a Poe collection, but I would like to get one.
Yes, I don't either. I had to get it from the library.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So, read that. Then I read a Magic Treehouse book. Not this one. I read The Revolutionary War on Wednesday.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that one yet. That was the Revolutionary War on Wednesday, Civil War on Sunday, and The Twisters on Tuesday. Those were my 3 favorites as a kid. I read those so many times.
Yeah. I brought this one. This is the first one because I thought kids would, I could work on reading with kids. Nobody wants it. I keep bringing it and no one wants it. And I'm like,
so sad.
I know.
They're so good.
One of my students, I was like, how about we read this one? And she's like, oh, I have the graphic novels. I like those. And I was like, lame.
Don't even get me started.
But I'm also like, you're reading, so I shouldn't complain even though I hate what you're reading. And not what, I shouldn't say it like that, but it's like, that's not really reading.
It is just, it's kind of like reading a comic book. It's not a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Girl, you should have told me I had Revolutionary War Wednesday. I could have brought it.
Oh, I forgot.
I have like the whole set except for one. I'm missing.
I thought I told you about that one. What did I?
No, you had me bring the Haddix books.
No, I didn't. I thought I mentioned.
Did you?
I thought I mentioned it. I think.
Maybe I just missed it.
You might have missed it. Or I might have put it in my head to type it in and I didn't type it in. But I was going to ask because I figured you had it. But
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I forgot to grab one of them. But it's fine. I read Before Beauty. Brittany Fichter.
I love Brittany Fichter. That is not my favorite of her books, but that is my favorite series.
I really wanted to get her hardcovers that she did on Kickstarter. But
they're so pretty.
They're so pretty. They would look really good up on my bookshelves.
I have the original cover, so my cover doesn't even look like that one. I think that's
See, I bought the original cover and gave it away as a Secret Santa gift.
Oh, I see. I kind of.
And then I had to rebuy it for myself, and then I was like, wait, this is a different cover.
I appreciate the yellow and blue because it is a Beauty and the Beast vibes.
Yeah.
But I liked the original cover better.
I did too, honestly. So I'm kind of sad, but it's still pretty. She's still pretty. It's fine. And then one book that I have the arc of and forgot to grab is The Star Blessed by Angie Dickinson.
I don't think I have that one.
It's in the other room, but it's a really cool cover. Yeah.
Obviously, you're talking about it.
Yeah, I finished it.
We need to talk about that one because that's one that I think I want to read, but I want to hear what you think.
I kind of don't remember anything about it at the moment, considering I read so many books since then. But
it's all blurred together.
Yeah, but we can definitely try to chat. The next one I read was Among the Enemy. Oh yeah, good thing you brought that one. You were right. Among the Enemy.
I knew when you said the way that you said it, I was like, she's mixing them up.
But I read both of them.
I know. I brought them both. Okay. The way that you said it, I figured you were flipping them in your head.
No, I wasn't flipping them. I thought I read that last month. Like.
Oh, okay. It sounded to me like you thought this was the last one.
No. I thought I had read it before.
We love
So I read Among the Enemy and I read Among the Free. So that I could finish out the series. And
I was bugging her.
She was bugging me. So there's
to
that.
Be fair, once she started on it, it didn't take that long. Fun fact, this is the first one I bought. It's also the only one I have in hardcover. Because I bought it from a Scholastic Book Fair thing when I was 12. I've had this book for over half my life.
Yeah. Okay, so then I read The Cutthroat by Clive Cussler.
I've never read any of his stuff, but I've heard good things. My grandpa likes it. My brother likes him too.
That was a good one.
Okay.
It was a good one. So
I've heard good things about that author.
Yeah, The Cutthroat was good. I enjoyed it. That was for a square. I should also show y'all. I know I'm kind of pausing the mill here. Look at my board.
She's so close.
5 squares left.
5 left.
5 left. I was really trying to finish them in August or in July, but I didn't. So we will
maybe this month
do them in August. And then I read The Lightning Thief.
I don't know
because I do, but it's at my mom's house. So there's that. And then here's what I read a whole lot. And this is why I read so many books this month, is because there's this mystery series I read as a kid. I didn't have all of them, so I didn't ever read all of them. But they're called A to Z mysteries, and each letter has a thing with it. And I read from A to what did I read? V, because I had to wait for the rest. And it finally came available like 2 days into August, and I was like, so these are new covers. Hate them. These are the old covers. Like them.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get kids to read these ones too. Nobody wants to read them. But they're so cute. They're really thin. They're just a bunch of little mysteries that happen to them. And I've read most of the alphabet.
I've never read those, but I have heard of them.
They're really cute. This is one of my favorites. I've reread this one a lot. But I hate this new cover.
Yeah, it looks a little janky.
Let it be known. Well, it's also a library book, so it's tarnished and trashed as well.
I just mean
on top of the fact that it's, It
reminds me of Hey Arnold.
That's fair. So I read those. And then he also has a calendar mystery series that I didn't know about. And so I read the first 3 months of the calendar series as well.
All right.
Again, it only took an hour of audio, they're an hour of audio listening time if you don't 2 times speed it. So it's like a half hour to get through each of these.
Right.
So it really doesn't take long.
Girl, if you reviewed every book you read like I did, you would not be reading this quickly.
Yeah.
That is part of what slows me down, is I stop to, and I do get behind on reviews, but I go back and I review them before I keep going.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't do that. Now the next 2 books are the 2 books that I read with students. First one is Princess in Black, and this is number 2, The Perfect Princess Party.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then
I read the first one.
Yeah.
Not too long ago.
And then a Buzz Lightyear book. So it says Bug Trouble.
I love that you're in your children's book reading era. Makes me happy.
Yeah. So there's those. And then, because we still not done yet. And then I read Little House on the Prairie because I needed the railroad for wagon. And
oh, that's perfect.
So I did that. This is my wagon read. I love Little House on the Prairie. And then the last book that I read this month, and this has some content, which I didn't realize, I did not remember. It's a reread. I did not remember how much content was in this book, and I kind of feel bad because I had a student read it for writing an essay. But it's A Number in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir.
Oh.
So, yeah. I didn't realize the first book was demonic either. It's slightly it verges on some demon stuff. I know it came up later in the series, but this was a compromise because he wanted a different book that I was absolutely not going to read. And so I was like, yeah, this one's fine. And then as I'm rereading it, I was like, this was not fine. This was bad choices were made. But
oops.
I was like, he's heard worse in high school, so it's probably fine.
All right, so of the 40 books that you read, what's your favorite this month?
So I would probably say, this is going to sound really bad because I don't remember it very well, but probably a tie between The Star Blessed and Vanessa.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Neither of those enter into the running for the year, favorite of the year?
Maybe The Star Blessed, but I really got to remember what it's about because it's drawing a complete blank. I don't even remember the character's name.
Okay.
This is so bad. But no, I don't think they're going to go in the contender for the year.
Okay. So you're still thinking Divine Rivals?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't remember what the other one was that I was considering.
You'll have to look. You have to go back and look. I feel like there were two. You had like three you were bouncing between.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. What was something that was difficult or challenging this month?
Difficult or challenging? Well, finally finishing this book. Because this was challenging starting in June or whatever it was. And then just reading physical books. It's just been hard to find time to read physical books. And not because there isn't time. I totally could, but I've been choosing to use that time to write instead. So I'm not wasting that time doom scrolling, but it's also I have audiobooks, so I am reading, but I want to write as well. So physical reading is just not happening. And so that was challenging. I think what else was challenging, and Coralie and I have talked about this, I rolled 20 times to finally land on an empty square.
Yeah, we decided to change that up a little bit.
We're not doing that.
That's good to talk about, though. If any of the rest of you are getting to this point, or when you get to this point, because she told me that, and I was like, girl, you're psychotic. What are you doing? Just roll the dice and count the squares that you haven't done yet.
Yeah.
So,
well, because on a real Monopoly board, you could land on the square again and then have to pay somebody else, or you just get nothing. Yeah. So, that's how it is.
Totally makes sense. That's what you were going for, but once you get down to that many, it's
too much. I was getting angry about it, and I was like, I hate this. So, now I'm just going to count the blank squares. So, if I roll a 6, it's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, we just land right back here.
Right. And that'll be the one you fulfill. And
that's the one that I do next. Yeah.
I think that's a fair way to end it.
I'm currently on this read right now. The Chance Square, which is an impulse read.
Okay.
And then after that, I have a romance. And then besides that, I don't know what's next. So I'll have to roll again.
Lucy said she's bumped into the same issue. Yeah. We didn't really think through that. It's not that we didn't think through it. It's just that this is the first time we've played it. So
yeah,
stuff like that happens. That's fair.
So
okay, what was something that was surprising or delightful?
Definitely going back and reading these, because like I said, I didn't own all of them, so I never got to read the whole series. I mean, I still haven't. I have 4 letters left to read, but just rereading them and being like, oh, these are just such cute little wholesome stories. They're just, some stories these days are just not that great, and yeah, and so these are just really great little stories. And I mean, they solve the mystery way too easily because they're children, but they're children and it's cute. They solve mysteries the police can't solve, apparently. You're like, you guys are 12 years old. What are you doing? But it's cute,
notebooks when they're 7, finding who lost the blue.
Right. Yeah.
It's adorable though. We like them.
Yeah. I mean, this one, they stopped a theft from happening, and
that's cool.
And this lady almost got cheated out of her inheritance. So
well, we need mysteries for kids too.
Yes. So
I will say I devoured mysteries as a kid.
That's why these were my favorites.
A lot of mysteries. Actually, fun fact, not a lot of people know this. I think you do, Cassie. The first stories that I wrote weren't actually fantasy and fairy tale. They were mysteries. My first novel was a mystery.
Yeah.
A lot of novellas I did were mysteries. I guess the first novel I started was a fantasy, but the first novel I finished was a mystery.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I didn't used to write fantasy either.
That's true.
And now I'm not writing fantasy anymore either. I had this thought last night that I was like, am I even a fantasy author anymore? Because all of my ideas are not fantasy.
Into the romantasy genre.
No.
Oh my
Depends on how you define romantasy.
You should be writing the clean romantasy.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to come at you.
Oh, girl, you expect me to write anything but clean?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I finished outlining the other novel, so now I get to write it.
Well, let's see if you can speed write it like you did the last one.
No, I got too much going on. I don't have time to speed write it, but...
Yeah, so I got a new edit that arrived in my inbox last night that I didn't see till this morning. And I was like, oh, I forgot that it was August. And now I'm going to have to do nothing but this edit for the next 3 weeks.
And I wanted you to read my novel.
I know, but I forgot. So I'm gonna be editing this book for the next 3 weeks. I just realized I have a book that doesn't have the sleeve on it, so I had to grab the sleeve. Okay, I did not read books, but I did read 13.
Ooh, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. It's not going to take you a whole half an hour to go through your list like it took me.
No, and one of them was an edit that I can't talk about, so. Okay, let's see. I started with Aftermath by Terry Blackstock, which was for the romance square that I landed on. Don't own it. It is a standalone, which was nice. It's the first Terry Blackstock book I've read in like 4 years. I used to read a lot of her stuff, and I haven't in a long time. So it was kind of nice to like go back and read one of her newer books that I hadn't read before. The next book I read was... I wish Catherine were here. She'd be so excited. Flashback!
Ah, yes!
Massive. I have been trying to read this book for years, but I had to go back and reread the first 6. So I chose to do that because I started reading this a couple years ago, and I was like, hold on. About 50 pages in, I was like, I need to reread the first 6. I don't remember some important, crucial details that I know that they're talking about right now.
Yeah.
So this one was really good. And then, okay, I read 4 Magic Treehouse books. 13, 14, 15, and 16. Read Vacation Under the Volcano, which was actually really fun. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I have a soft spot for Pompeii, and I realized rereading some of these, I'm like, this is why I like that story so much. I think this is why I like Pompeii so much. That's probably why. Day of the Dragon King was also fun. And then Viking Ships at Sunrise. My Goodreads says that I read this once before, but I did not remember this one. So it felt like one that I hadn't read before. But it was really cute. And then this one I've read several times, Hour of the Olympics. Okay. Also probably partially why I like Greek mythology. Okay. So my goal is to try to read 4 of those a month to get through the series before the end of the year. And I'm halfway through. So,
all right.
28, and I read through 16. So we're in there. I read Elements of Style by Strunk and White. Classic kind of style book.
I need to read that.
It's really short, super quick and easy. Didn't take long to read. It's also kind of funny. So a lot of people read this in school. I never did. And I made it through college without reading it, apparently, somehow. But it's the original guy who wrote it was Strunk, Professor Strunk. And then E.B. White, who also wrote, like, Charlotte's Web, Stuart Little, The Tournament, and so on, like, all those kids' books. He had Strunk as a professor. There's a little introduction in the beginning. I didn't know any of this till I read the introduction. But Strunk was apparently a very opinionated and very, like, strongly opinionated professor about his grammatical rules, very particular. So he wrote the book originally. This is the 4th edition, which I think is the current edition. And then White later on went back, and he didn't revise it so much as kind of update it a little bit. So anyway, it was funny to see like Strong's snarky in a couple places. He's sassy, and I've never seen somebody's like personality come through in a grammar book. So it was kind of fun.
That's fun.
I did an edit for The Lost Cause, which I don't have yet because it's not out yet, but it does come out next month.
Okay.
So it has a really cool cover. Hidden Figures. I read that one. I picked that one for a square that I landed on, which was
a book about a person?
No, it was a war fiction.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't realize, because I've seen the movie but I haven't ever read the book. I thought that the book was going to be like the movie. But it turns, and it was, I mean, like the movie was based on the book. It was inspired by the book or whatever. But it turns out the book is actually nonfiction. It's a biography rather than fiction. I thought it was like a fictionalized account based on real events, and that's not what it is. It was a really interesting read. I listened to the audiobook. It's a fascinating story. Like the story of these women and how they impacted the space race and the events that, like, she did a really good job of talking about the cultural context as well as like the political context, and she broke down like the science and math stuff in a way that like I understood the significance of what she was talking about, even if I'm like nowhere near as smart as some of these women. She didn't make me feel stupid reading the book, which was like, some people do that, and I feel like that she did a really good job with that. But it was really fascinating to see how all of the different pieces were working together to produce the historical results that happened. So it was really cool. I read Steve Lobby's new book, Sacred Margins.
Ooh, I don't have that yet.
It's thinner than I thought it was when it came in the mail. It was a pretty easy, quick read, and then, so I got through, like, the reading portion of it really quickly, and then in the back third of the book, part 2, he has a 21-day, like, devotional type thing.
Oh.
So I went through that one day at a time. So that was cool. Okay, this one is a middle grade book that, also I've heard a lot about, but read for the first time. It's called Everything Sad is Untrue by Daniel Nayeri. Apparently very popular, award-winning, especially in like the Christian homeschool community. It's one that my boss recommended and said was really good, and I've heard him speak a couple of times at conferences. I didn't know what to expect when I picked up the book because I just knew the title and I'd heard about the author. But it turns out it was kind of like a middle grade memoir told like a story, like a series of stories. It was really, like, it's really hard to explain. The way that it was written was really creative. It was very, very interesting storytelling, but it was at its core essentially him kind of going through different memories that he had as a kid, and the immigration, and like his mother went from being Muslim to Christian, and so was like gonna be killed if she didn't leave the country kind of situation, which like it was crazy. But some of the stories from his ancestors and family feel like stories that you'd read in a storybook, but were real. So he kind of blended fiction and nonfiction in a really creative way, I think, in the way that he told the story.
Okay.
Cool. It was really creative and super cool. He also is like a fantastic storyteller. You could see he did a really great job, I think, of showing like the Persian storytelling style and roots that bled through what he was doing. But he did a lot of like, this is my memory, and memories are unreliable, so we're going to fill in the gaps. And tell a story, and then you get to the end and be like, that didn't really happen, but I'm going to pretend like it did. And it was really, it was a delightful little read. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Okay. This one, the last book, I'm going to put the sleeve on because I forgot that I had taken the sleeve off to read it. The Restitching of Camille Dulaine.
Yes!
That's my favorite.
I love that book.
It was so good. It made me cry. Yep. I wasn't prepared for that. I didn't think it was going to make me cry. Yep. I was like, fine, very fine, until we got to the end. And then we got to the end and I was like, uh-oh, she did the thing. Ah! Yep. So, like, I have trouble with sibling stories and sibling plot threads. They get me. Yeah. So, the sisters got me in the end.
You've got to read it, Lucy. It's so good.
I reread The Unraveling of Emily Dulaine because it had been, I was supposed to read this one in January, but in January, and I injured myself, and then like a whole bunch of other stuff happened from January to May. It was a little bit crazy, and so I finally was able to pick it up much later than I wanted to. But in order, like before I picked it up, I was like, I'm going to reread Emlyn, and it was so, Emlyn is such a fun, delightful, quirky read. This one was really, I feel like very creative. Like, I love the stories that she kind of dove in and out of in the story worlds, and it was fun. Highly recommend it. It was my favorite of the month, but I will say Flashback was also really good.
Okay.
So, that one would be my runner-up. Although, it wasn't my favorite in the series. It wasn't my favorite in the series, but it had some, like, moments that I've been waiting 6 books for. So it was very satisfying.
Okay.
Like, there's a political thread that I've been, like, literally for books, been like, I really hope she's going to go in this direction. And she did. So I was very excited about the political development in the mystery. Because it's a big mystery fantasy story. So I'm really curious to see what happens in the next book. But I need to do my review of this one first. I refuse to pick the next book up until I review this one, because what's going to happen is I'm going to binge the next book and then not be able to review them separately, because I won't know where one started and where one ended.
That's fair.
So.
That's fair.
Yep.
I need to get on those. I might get an Audible account, in which case they'll have the audiobooks of them.
You can binge through them and get caught up with me. Then you're going to surpass me and you're going to finish them before I do. What was the series we did that with? Did you remember doing that?
No.
I swear we did that a couple years ago.
I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar and it sounds realistic. Like, yeah, I just can't remember what series that was.
Read where I was like, you gotta read this. And I was like 3 books in or something. And you were like, okay. And then you finished the series. And then you were like, you gotta finish the series. And I'm like, I'm working on it.
That sounds about right, to be honest.
I don't remember what it was.
I can't either. That's so funny.
I don't think it was The Giver. Although I do think you did that. I think you finished Sun before I did. Maybe it was The Giver.
Maybe that's what it was.
Because I reread the first 3. I've read those 3 books so many times. And I was trying to get you to read. I bet that's what it was.
That might have been that. Yeah.
Zoom, zoom. She was like, bye.
I mean, to be fair, those books are just like these ones where they're small, you know? So, like, it took me 2 minutes to go through them.
Oh, you know what else? I think we also did that with, I think the one I was thinking of was Fire and Ash.
Oh, yeah.
At the same time. I blazed through Fire and Ash in like 4 days, and you were like, what is wrong with you?
That's right.
And then we did the opposite with Sea and Smoke, where you zoomed through Sea and Smoke, and you were like, get with the program here.
Yep.
And then I finally finished Dawn and Embers, but it was the read that I was going to read that with Camille, both of those in January, and I got through the Dawn and Embers, and then my life fell apart for about 3 months, and so I didn't get to Camille.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so those were my 13 books, I think.
Okay.
Favorite of the month is Camille. I have a hard time picking between Camille and Carabosse. I loved Carabosse. So I still think it might be my favorite of the year. But Emlyn is in the running because of Camille. Because it, like, yeah, it was great. Something that was delightful. I mean, the Magic Treehouse is always delightful, but it was really fun to finally get to this after anticipating it for so long. I was delightfully surprised by the ending, because I didn't know where she was going to go with it, and if she went, she could have gone a bunch of different directions that would not have ended as happily as this one did. Especially considering she was teeing off of The Little Mermaid, which, if you've read the original story, is not a happy story.
Yeah, I was kind of afraid that was...
I didn't know how close to the original she was gonna stick.
Yep. I was worried. I was so worried during that one. Yeah. But I loved that one because of all of the different...
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, not spoil it, but, like, all the different...
Yeah, if you've
jumping
read the
that happened.
One, she jumps into the Wizard of Oz, which you can see on the cover. And this one, she's got the Little Mermaid on the cover. I thought it was really interesting. The pre-order goodies that I got finally make sense now. Like beforehand, I was like, oh, these are really cute and cool. And now I'm like, I see.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. Did you read this physically?
No, wait, yeah, I did. I had the ARC. I had the e-ARC.
Okay. Did you clock the chapter openings? Change?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Her chapter graphics are different.
Yeah.
Through the whole book, depending on where they are.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It took me till the end of the book to figure that out.
No, I know. I was like, wait, this looks different. I, like, went back a few chapters. I was like...
To be fair, I was going back and forth between the physical and the audio. While I was driving, I would listen to the audio, and then when I got home at night, I would read. But I did get to the end of the book, and I was like, hold the phone! And I flipped back.
Wait, I think I had a physical ARC for it.
Did you?
I think I had a physical ARC.
Oh.
I don't know, but I read the ARC, either the e-ARC or the physical, whichever I...
Well, you saw that.
Yeah. But I saw it, yeah.
It took me to the end of the book to figure that out.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that I didn't listen to the audiobook for that reason, because it was really cool to see the different chapter openings. I think that's really cool they did that.
I will say, in the audio bits, it was kind of fun to not know where they were when the chapter opened and to try to feel my way out. Like, depending on her descriptions, I was like, where are they? It was like a puzzle. I was trying to figure out where they were. So.
Yeah.
Oh, Heather says, I'm only like a quarter of the way through. Beauty of Darkness was so good.
So good.
Lost City and Sunrise in the, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Reaping.
Sunrise on the Reaping. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all, someone needs to finish that book so we can talk about it. I have no one to talk about it with.
Yeah.
Coralie won't freaking read it.
Oh, I haven't read Songbirds and Snakes.
It doesn't matter. They're different stories.
Yeah, but
It doesn't matter. They're different stories.
I need to reread the trilogy, but I don't want to, because Mockingjay made me mad.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I do want to reread them, because I reread them
a couple years ago.
The first time I read them, my uncle gifted them to me, because he thought that I would really like them. He really liked them. And I was in high school. So I read them at the end of high school, which has been like a lot of years now. Over a decade at this point. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I know the stories. I've seen I haven't seen all the movies. I didn't watch the last one.
Yeah, I have not rewatched that one.
I want to know if they stuck to it or not. I just never picked it up because I was in college or something. Wings of Fire. Okay, listen here. I need
to read that.
Fire, and I'm enjoying a lot more than I expected. I just bought that one. So my grandpa and I go on an annual book date, and that was one of the books I bought this year. Because I've heard so many good things about Wings of Fire. So I bought book one.
I need to see if I still can access it.
Do you want to tell that story before we pop off?
Oh, guys.
We do have a couple of announcements after the story.
Guys, I'm upset. I'm so upset. I have I maxed out my holds and everything. I lost access to my San Antonio library card. They decided to kick me off, which makes sense. I haven't lived in San Antonio in 6 years, so I'm kind of surprised I had it as long as I did. But I have all these books on hold. I maxed out the holds. Now, none of them matter because I can't check them out. Yeah. And I can't renew any of the ones I do have. So I'm trying to figure out which ones do I need to prioritize that none of these other libraries, because I found a whole bunch of free libraries in Texas that will give out the library card free to anybody who either lives in Texas or lives in the county. That's and so I found 6 different libraries that I could get on here. 2 of them I still have to go in person to physically show I live in the county. Right. And then I'll have access. But one of the books that I currently have is, I have a Houston library card now. It's a 6-month wait. So I'm trying to decide if I buy Audible and buy because it's Redeeming Love that I read every year. And I don't want to wait 6 months to read it. I still want to read it this year. I just don't want to read it right this minute. But now I'm reading it right this minute because I don't have a choice, because I have it. Because I was going to read that for Wagon as well, because she writes on Wagon a lot. But then Little House on the Prairie came available first, and so that's how that worked out. But I'm still mad. I'm so mad. But now I'm going to buy Redeeming Love with Audible, or not with Audible, separately, because I listened to it enough. It's worth buying it at some point. So sorry, that was word vomit spaghetti nonsense, but I'm so mad. I'm so mad. And I had a notification that 2 of the books I had on hold are available, and I was like, yeah, and you're not gonna let me check them out. Now there's 2-month hold from Houston.
Oh, girl. It's okay. You're at 120 books for the year. You're fine.
I know, but I want to read these.
You have to read Persuasion soon. Probably not during August, because I have an edit now. But
I forgot about that.
We usually do that in the fall anyway. But I am really looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Lucy.
I'm going to use word vomit spaghetti nonsense from now on. You should coin that one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Just tells you how mad I am, because that's the whole sentence right there is quite literally word vomit spaghetti nonsense.
I love it.
So,
okay. Thanks for joining us. Couple of quick announcements. Our Zoom, and I need to send out the email for this, hopefully this weekend. Cassie, send me your list of books, if you will, because
it might take me a minute.
Pop those in, that'd be great.
There's no popping in there. There's work involved.
Yes. Our second live Zoom hangout of the year is here. So we sent out a poll in our last email, and you guys filled that out, and the best time and date for the most people was Friday the 14th at 3 p.m. Is that next Friday? That's next Friday.
That is next Friday.
So I will send out that email that will have the link and the time and date and everything. I need to create that in my actual Zoom, but we just got the data for that.
Our second best date was on Monday, but by the time we looked at the form, it was a little too late for that.
Yeah,
so
I guess I gotta give people enough notice. Ooh, did you hear that?
It wasn't even that we could give them any notice. We'd have to time travel.
It was a massive amount of thunder.
I heard that.
Sorry, what did you say? All I heard was thunder.
We'd have to time travel because I looked at the forum on Tuesday or Wednesday, and Monday had already passed. It was
past Monday.
The past Monday. That was the other time that a lot of people could do it. I was like, well, whoops.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
So Friday, it will be 3 p.m. Central Time. I almost said Eastern.
Nope.
3 p.m. Central Time. I will put that in the email so you don't have to necessarily remember, but heads up now for those of you who are seeing this live or who catch the replay before the email goes out. We'll have our hangout. As a reminder, those are not recorded and reposted anywhere. They're just You don't have to come for the whole time. If you want to pop in, pop out. We just hang out and chat about whatever you want to chat about. So we look forward to those. If you don't make it this time, so sad. We will have one more at the end of the year in December, which we're a little bit crazy for just trying to do that in December, but we do try to space them out so that it's April, August, and December each year.
Yeah.
So December will be the next one. Speaking of December, okay, we're in August. The challenge ends at the end of November, so you've got a couple more months to get through things. There's no way I'm going to black out this board. Absolutely no way. Not happening. Barring some divine intervention. I've had way too many edits this year, which is a good problem to have.
You can make it happen. You can make it happen, friend.
40 books? There's 40 books on the whole thing. I've only done... How many have I done? Got my list of rolls here so that I can keep track. I have read... Oh, I did read that one. I'm working on that. I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 out of the 40 books on this board. And some of these are like, if I land on go to jail, I gotta read 3 books. So...
Not if, because here's what happened to me. I landed on that chance square. I got a get out of jail free card after I already got out of jail by reading 3 books. So you could get out of jail free.
I could theoretically get out of jail free. So yeah,
how good your goals are.
I'm just not sure. Like my yearly goal is like 75 books, and I'm doing great there. I'm on track for my annual goal. But I have an edit this month, and so that leaves September, October, that leaves 3 months.
Well, read my book, and then you can put it on there.
I don't know what square it would count for. I'd have to land on the square and then pick your book to read, to fix it, to fit with it.
Yeah, I don't know that there's anything that would fit. Because you already filled the romance square.
Guys, this is the other thing. So she got the get out of jail free card right after she got out of jail. She gave me her romance book right after I read Aftermath for my romance square. I was like, could you not have given this to me like 2 weeks ago? No.
I'm sorry I only drafted in 35 days and not 20.
Exactly. So I am looking forward to that. Probably not going to be an August thing. I don't know that I'm going to get anything read in August, but we're going to try. Yeah, I'm reading an arc right now that I'm excited about. It's due on my birthday, which I am also excited about, but now that I'm having up. Edit. Yeah, I know. I don't know that it's going to be done by then unless that's all I do on Saturday.
I keep forgetting, that is August, so, I keep thinking your birthday is a ways away. It's not. So if I forget to text you on your birthday, it's because I legitimately feel like it's not August.
I will tell you, I haven't put your gift in the mail yet because
I haven't put yours in the mail either.
But it was August too, and I was like, I've got 2 months.
Okay, to be fair, I also haven't put my sister's in the mail, and her birthday was June 3rd, so my bad.
It's fine. Whatever. Join us for the Zoom. That'll be fun. The other thing is, so the challenge, you got a couple more months for the challenge stand. Some people choose to continue doing the challenge in December. That's totally fine. We just don't count prize points in December because Cassie and I use that month to do the logistics of ordering the prizes and whatnot. We've designed the bookmark. I don't remember if we've designed the sticker, but we're really close if we haven't finished that one. And then the short story is the next thing that we're going to work on. We do usually do that in the fall too. So we're going to work on that in the fall. And I just wanted to drop a teaser because I'm excited. We kind of decided the theme for next year way earlier than normal.
Yeah.
Last year, we were wrestling with the theme for months. And, even after we landed on the theme, we were like, how is this going to work? And talking through the logistics and the planning and everything. Next year, we did it in, one conversation in, less than an hour.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited about it, so... Oh, we can't tell you yet. That's a spoiler, Lucy.
Yes. You got a hint.
Yes.
Maybe we'll get more hints in the Zoom meeting. So come to the Zoom meeting. And maybe we'll give you
I'm also excited about the color. We've picked the color, we've picked the theme. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So join us in the Zoom, and maybe we'll tell you the color for next year, as long as we swear you to secrecy. So, and I do have a hint that I can give you, but
yeah.
Can we tell them the color now and give them the hint for the theme in the Zoom? What do you think, Cassie? I feel like the hint would be a better Zoom thing because I have a good hint.
Okay, sure.
Tell them the color. Or does anybody want to guess the color real quick?
I actually don't remember what color we
don't remember. I do. I've been holding on to this color for 2 years. We were planning to do this year. We were either going to do green or this color this year, and we decided to do green this year and the other color next year. It is not blue and purple. We have done blue and purple in the past.
Yeah. I think I remember, but I think I might not remember. I don't know. My brain, I'm sorry. I've been in like nonstop meetings all morning on 4 hours of sleep. So,
gosh, girl. Oh, okay.
Don't ask.
Our 2027 color is peach.
Peach. That's what I was thinking. I was gonna say orange though, but
yeah, I was gonna say orange, but there's a lot of different oranges. We're looking at like a peachy, sunsetty kind of orange vibe.
Yeah.
We'll see what our graphic designer may like tweak the actual shade or whatever, but we're aiming for like a soft orange.
Which we should email her now so we don't forget.
Yes, that's on my list of things to do, actually.
Cool.
So anyway, okay. We will keep you updated on fun little things. Join us in the Zoom and we'll drop a hint for the theme. And then we're also going to... Oh, don't tell me.
See, that's what I thought too, because I was like... all I could think of was like, Effie's hair. Like, no.
No. Yes.
I did that when I was playing a game with friends where we had to like say one word and have them... 1 or 2 words and have them guess what color was on your card. And I was like, Effie's hair. And none of them got it. And I was like... That was a fail.
Doesn't her hair change colors like every 30 minutes though?
Yeah, but that specific line is talking about her orange colored hair.
All right.
So.
All right, well.
Yeah.
Stick around, keep reading, enjoy the challenge, keep tracking your reads because we'll turn those in at the end of November. Cassie and I are going to start working on the short story, which we're excited about, and finish out designing the prizes so that we can start getting those ready to order and whatnot. But we'll see you next week, and if we don't see you next week, we'll see you next month. So, all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bye.